Welcome back to G.A.M.E.R. I'm your host, G.A.M.E.R here, and today, welcome to a brand new video. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Look, so I've been wanting to do a video. I've been putting it off for a little while because I haven't truly been super confident in it, and that's because I want to do another top 20 games of all time. But the problem is, I know my top 10, but then after that, it's very foggy, and it's kind of like, I know what games would be in my top 20. I don't know what order they would be in, but then even then, there were some that I'm like, is it in my top 20? So I really just want to go ahead and make a video about just my favorite games. Just some of the best games, in my opinion, and like basically a top 50 list. But I don't want to do a top 50 list because I don't want to have to rank them like in order, and that would take forever. So I've been seeing this thing. It's kind of like a trend right now, online and everything. It's this site called Topsters, and so I'm basically gonna do that. We're gonna do my top 10, but then we're just gonna go rapid fire, and you guys are gonna learn all my favorite games right now. You're gonna hear all my favorite games of all time. We're gonna do like 50 of them. And it should be really fun. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. I don't know why the heck that. Okay. Boom. There we go. Much better. Oh no, still not great. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we're cooking. We are cooking. Okay, so this is the site. And so let's go ahead. Let's get started with, hang on, I gotta move my mic because I can't see my keyboard all that well. Let's go ahead and start with the obvious, my favorite game of all time. Boom! Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, you guys already know about it. Ghost of Tsushima, it's my favorite game of all time. It's my favorite piece of art of all time. It's my favorite any source of media, any source of entertainment, any type of creation of all time. It is, in my opinion, the creme de la creme. It is just, nothing can really beat it. I just fell in love with the story. It's like one of my favorite stories of all time. It is, it has some of my favorite gameplay. It has some of my favorite visuals. It has some of my favorite music. It has some of my favorite characters. Yeah, I mean, it has every aspect of a game, and it's a part of at least my top 10 of every aspect, right? Like, there are some games where it's in my top 10 because of, like, two aspects or an aspect that is, like, super amazing, whereas this game has just phenomenal of all the aspects. And that's kind of why it just is my favorite game all time. Now, my second favorite game of all time. Boom! I know, another PlayStation game, but you guys probably didn't expect this one if you don't know me, because, well, it's very niche, and it wasn't like a massive success, but it was critically acclaimed, and it was, like, fans loved it, and I adored it. I actually slept on the game when it first came out. My friend texted me the weekend it was coming out. It was like, yo, you know Returnal comes out this weekend, right? And I'm like, yeah, it looks alright, but I don't know if I want to spend $70 on it. That was literally what I told him, and I told him, you know, I'll probably just wait till Black Friday when it goes on, like, super sale. Well, that's unfortunately what I did. I waited like 6-7 months, maybe even 8 months for Black Friday. I finally got it on Black Friday, and I booted it up. I played through the intro, and I realized it was the biggest gaming mistake, maybe even just mistake of my life. I fell in love with it in the intro. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite intro in a game of all time, just because of, I don't know. It's not really like, I can't really, like, it's really hard for me to try and convince you why it is. It just clicked with me in a way that no other game has. And I really just fell in love. It's my favorite gameplay of any game. Like, it's the game I've gotten most addicted to ever, or at least single player wise. And it's my favorite gameplay, and it has to be my second favorite game of all time. It's a game that I continuously, no matter what day it is, no matter what week, I want to play it with somebody or by myself. It is just that game. Now, third place. All right. It is a game that literally just came out, and well, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2, dude. It is the best storytelling I have ever witnessed in anything, period. It is phenomenal what Remedy has been able to create. There are so many characters in this game I love. Alan, Saga, who is my favorite, Casey. I mean, the list goes on and on. Honestly, all the antagonists, all the Taken, were just great. There were so many characters like Sheriff Breaker, Thomas Zane, Alice, man, so many great characters, and the storytelling did them all so much justice. And it is a game where there are 18 chapters, and every chapter just gets better and better and better and better. And the first chapter was already goated. It's just one of those games. It is visually stunning. It is next gen to the max. It is a really good survival horror game. It's spooky. It is that meaty combat, kind of like Resident Evil 4. And yeah, it is just a phenomenal game, and is the only horror game, in my opinion, to have an S tier OST. It is the only horror game, in my opinion, to have an S tier, God tier OST, banger after banger. I have like 6-7 songs on my playlist from that game. I don't even know if any other game in general has that many songs on my playlist. It is just absolute masterpiece. All three of these games, masterpieces, in my opinion. Now, coming in 4 and 5. We're going to do 4 and 5 at the same time because I really don't... On any day, these two could swap. Like, I don't have a set, this is my 4th or favorite game. But I'm going to go with which game I personally find more, fun to play. And which one I want to go back to more. So I'm going to do number 4 for that. I don't know how this is going to read it because it has like a weird thing in it. Yeah. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Okay, listen. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what? And yeah, that's right, man. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Another game that I did not think I would love, and turns out it is also one of my favorite gameplays of all time. It has some of my favorite gameplay of all time. It is my favorite strategy game. It's my favorite turn-based game. It is my favorite Mario game. It is probably it is my favorite Ubisoft game. The music is Mario goodness. The visuals is Mario goodness. The characters are Mario goodness. The levels are Mario goodness with a hint of RPG and tactics to it. Everything is Mario goodness mixed with a brilliant turn-based strategy system with a great story for Mario, of course. I mean, yeah, one of the better Mario stories outside of RPG, in my opinion. It is just so fun. It really isn't a game that I could I understand it's not one of the best games of all time. I completely get that, right? Like, it's not like, to a lot of people, it's not one of the most fun games. You know, I get that. But for me, I just fell in love with it. I don't know. I just enjoyed all my time with it. Yeah, it's just one of those games where the more when I first played it, I was like, yeah, I actually love this. And then I played it again, and I was like, I actually really love this game. And then the more I talk about it, I'm like, man, love it that much. And then the more I see it, I'm like, I think I love this game more than I know. And it's just one of those games where the more I talk about it, the more I see it, the more I play it, I'm like, yeah, this is one of my favorite games of all time. But another game that is one of my favorite games of all time, easily, and this is the one I could switch with Mario plus Rabbids any day of the week, depending on the day of the week, I guess, and that's God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok is a game that's I really liked the 2018 God of War. You know, the reboot, I guess, if you want to call it. But it's completely different. I love that. I love that game, but I thought there were flaws, and it didn't stick with me as much. But Ragnarok I had high hopes that it would improve on everything. It would fix the flaws that I found, and it would just be bigger and better. And that is exactly what it did. And it did it way past my expectations, and I just loved it. It also has one of my favorite openings of all time. It has some of my favorite boss fights of all time, outside of Returnal, of course. It has some of my favorite characters of all time now. I mean, Kratos, Atreus, Thor, Odin, Heimdall, Freya, Mimir. Gosh, the list goes on and on and on. Brock and Sindri. I mean, they're great too, man. Tyr. Dude, there's so many banger characters in this game. It is just a masterclass of a single-player game. One of the best single-player experiences you can have outside of Alan Wake and Ghost of Tsushima, in my opinion. But yeah, that is that right there. But anyway, let me look at my list here. All right, the next ones we got. This one is my favorite first-person shooter of all time. And that is Titanfall 2. It is the multiplayer game that I've played the most. Like, is the game that I actually got so good at, the one that I prestige the most, if that's what you want to call it, ranked up the most. It's just, I just personally think it's the most fun multiplayer game I've ever played. It has a phenomenal single-player campaign, one of the best in terms of those. Like, if we're looking at like Call of Duty, Battlefield, you know, Titanfall, all those types of games, it has the best single-player campaign, easily, in my opinion. Personally, I just love Titanfall 2, and I know it's a fan favorite now, and Titanfall 3, bro, can it please just happen? It's just not going to, unfortunately. Man, rip, dude, rip. EA, come on, do it. But next up, we got another Nintendo game, which... Boom! Metroid Dread. This used to be my most favorite Switch game until I realized how much I loved Mario plus Rabbids. Metroid Dread has launched Metroid to my favorite Nintendo franchise. One of my favorite franchises in general, because I love Samus. Samus is my second favorite Nintendo character. And Dread is my favorite Metroidvania. It's the game that made me realize how much I actually love Metroidvanias, because after that, I went back and played some other Metroids. I went back and replayed Ori and the Will of the Wisp and realized that I love that game way more than I originally thought. I went and played Dead Cells, went and played some Castlevania. You know, I really realized that I love Metroidvania. And Metroid Dread is that game, and it's because I freaking loved it, every single second of it. And personally, I do enjoy the 2D more than 3D, more than Prime, but I also do love Prime a ton. I still think it's a 10 out of 10, but Metroid Dread is just another level of 10 out of 10, in my opinion. But anyway, the next one is, my favorite indie game of all time. You already know, it is... Death's Door. Oh yeah, Death's Door. If you guys have played this game, you already know. It is just such a feel-good, difficult game, right? It's a tough game, but it is just such a sweet, like, attachable game that you can really just get into at any level. It has beautiful music, beautiful visuals, super fun and addicting gameplay. It has a little sweet but simple story, but it can get a little complex if you really dive deep into it like I did. And it has great boss fights, great characters. It is just such a fun indie experience and easily my favorite indie game to ever come out. Yeah, hands down. Let's see, the next game we're going to be talking about is... Is that right? Okay. Ooh, do I want to put this one below? Do I want to put this in 9 or 10? No, I'm going to put... Okay, I know. So, hang on, I got to type this one. It's a long name. But it is another PS5 game. All right, I know. But it is my favorite... Ooh. I don't know how you would consider it. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Okay. what I was about to say is it's okay. I was about to say it's my favorite platformer, but we have Metroid Dread on here, and that's technically a 2D platformer. So it is my favorite 3D platformer out there. It is just so freaking good. It is so good. It takes the new and improved Ratchet and Clank and it doubles down on everything. It makes it bigger, it makes it better, it makes it more fun, it makes it more lovable. Gives it, in my opinion, the best Ratchet and Clank story we've ever gotten. It gives us some of the best PS5 experiences that we've gotten. Like, it uses the technology to a way no other game really has yet. And it's so good that people instead, because Ratchet and Clank's always been one of those games where it's a brand new type of Ratchet and Clank every single time. But it's so good that people want a straight up Rift Apart sequel. They want a direct sequel to Rift Apart, and I completely agree. Completely agree, because I love the characters and I love what the game set up and what it's doing and what it's done. And I completely agree. I just want another Rift Apart. I really, really do. It's that good. Now the other one, which is another PlayStation game, but what can I say? PlayStation, they just have bangers. And this one used to be in my top 5, but I don't know, it's kind of shut down because I don't really know why. But that is Spider-Man, PS4, 2018, best superhero game of all time, personally. Batman Arkham City has something to say about that, but sorry, buddy. Ultimate Alliance 2 has something to say about that. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I gotta go with Spider-Man, man. I gotta go with Spider-Man. It has such a heartfelt story, such a great story for Spider-Man. It is my favorite iteration of Spider-Man. It's my favorite story of Spider-Man that I've ever personally experienced. It has so fun, the best traversal in gaming, hands down. It just brings in so many characters that you love, and it just utilizes the IP to the absolute fullest. And yeah, it is my favorite licensed IP game out there. And I mean, that goes to say something, because there's a lot of good ones out there, but Spider-Man is just a different level. It's just a game I fell in love with to another extreme. Just an absolute banger through and through, masterpiece in my opinion. And I do love it more than the second one, quite a bit actually. I truly just think it is a overall better quality game. All right, so now we are out of the top 10. So now the video is gonna start going a little quicker, because we are just gonna start rapid firing. If we're talking about games that I love, we gotta go with some of my favorites of the genre. Now, this is no longer ranked, okay? These are my top 10 right here. These are my top 10 easy. I think they are the games that best explain me of who I am and how I am as a person. But if there were other games to help explain exactly who I am and what games I love, we gotta throw in Injustice 2. We gotta throw in, where is it? FF7 Remake. My favorite JRPG, man. It's so good. We gotta throw in, there it is, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, specifically 2019? 2019 or 2020? I don't remember, actually. Yeah, just so good. Let's see, we gotta throw in some other game. This one will make sense for so many people. Planet Coaster. I mean, dude, is like the game I probably have the most hours of all time in. Let's see, what other games could we... Oh, yes. One of the most underrated games, in my opinion, that deserves so many sequels, but unfortunately maybe won't get any. And that is Immortals Phoenix Rising. Freaking love this game. Man, it is... Oh, dude, it is so good. Let's see, what other games we got on here? Oh, yeah, one of my favorite, like, gameplays as well. Also some of the best traversal out there. That is... Oh, my God, I cannot type. Just Cause 4. It's got to be in there. My favorite racing game of all time. Need for Speed Payback. I know it's a weird one, but I don't know. It was just one of those games where I was just like in certain moods, and it was just, I don't know. It just came at the right time, at the right place. Freaking loved it. All right, it was just one of those games. Now I know we don't have a lot of Xbox games on here, but my favorite, I've come to realize I have two Xbox games that I would consider my favorite of all time. One of them, which is in my favorite Xbox. Oh, it's really thinking here. It's really thinking. Well, we may have broke it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got it. It's in my favorite Xbox franchise of all time, and it is the fourth installment, Gears of War 4. It's just the one I connected with. It was my first one as well. So, you know, I'm just kind of attached to it in that way. But at the same time, I personally have just found it the most fun. It's not the best story. I completely get that. It doesn't, you know, have a lot of the best elements, but it's still really, really fun and really, really good in my opinion. It was just the one I attached to and thought I had the best time with. But the other one also came out in 2023 and has now become another one of my favorite Xbox games of all time, which I would put it low-key in my maybe even top 20, who knows. But this isn't top 20 right now. I mean, a lot of these are in my top 20. I don't know if this one would be in my top 20, but it's got to be up there. Hi-Fi Rush, just such a great freaking game. One of my favorite multiplayer games of all time, got to be, oh, there's so many pictures for it because there are so many seasons and everything for this game. There it is. For Honor, yeah, dude, what, man, what can I say about this game? It is just, it's so great. Let's get another, Nintendo game, this one being a sports game, which I think this is my favorite sports game if you don't include racing, and that is Mario Super Sluggers, baby. Oh yeah, you already know. It is so freaking good. It doesn't even make sense. Let's see. Another one of my favorite games. Ooh, dude, okay, now we gotta start thinking, because now we're outside of, like, top 20 range, right? I would probably, here's what I would do. I think these are my top 20 games right here. So if you want to screenshot it and, you know, or we can try and make top 25 real quick, but I got to kind of think about this a little bit. Okay. Yep. I know. So my favorite franchise of all time, Uncharted. My favorite game in this franchise is Uncharted 4. It's one of those games where, it's one of those franchises where I've said, not any one of the individual games is like my favorite game of all time, but if you put them all together, it's my favorite franchise of all time. But Uncharted 4 is the best and is up there for sure. But I mean, yeah, it just has to be there. Honestly, a game that the more I've played it, the more and I've looked at it, especially after this year, I think it's somewhat near the top, and that's Dead Space, especially the remake. I think it's really, really freaking good. Yeah, dude, it's so good. I'm gonna put, I don't know, I'll put For Honor at the very end of, I'll put it at the end of top 25, just because I think For Honor's fell off so hard. It's not even funny. Let's see. Another game I would put in my top 25. See, we might start struggling here, low key. Sorry, I'm looking back at, like, all my games, right? Ooh, I could put that one. That could be kind of interesting. Okay. Honestly, think it's there. I think it's there, guys. Mario RPG. What a G of a game. Oh, dude. The story is... It's just on another level. It's just on another level. Just thought of another game. Has to be in my top 25. It's defined so much of my love for gaming and just so much of my childhood and so much, honestly, of my friendships. And my favorite of it, see, there could be like multiple of this game's franchise on my like top 50. I think there will be, but my favorite is gonna be Assassin's Creed Rogue. I know it's a weird one to have as your favorite, but again, it's just the one that hit me the most. I'm a really weird person. I love the outliers that still just slap. I love those types of games, and I mean, yeah. If we look at a lot of these top 25, they are just outliers that you wouldn't expect, but just hit me differently. And like Returnal, like Death's Door, like Immortals Phoenix Rising, like Link's Awakening, like Injustice 2, like Payback, Just Cause 4, Gears of War 4. Probably everyone's like, they would not put it anywhere near the top, but it's there. Sluggers, you know. Yeah, and yeah, I just freaking love Assassin's Creed Rogue, for sure. All right, we're cooking. We're gonna do my top 50, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, okay, now that we're out of my top 25, I'll try and rank these, okay? I'll try and rank them, but I can't promise anything, okay? So without ranking these, I'll try and sort them afterward. Another Assassin's Creed that I'll probably have in there is Unity. It's just the one I played the most with my friends, 100%. God, see, there's a game that should be here, but it's fallen off so hard to the point where I actually hate it now. The game is Rocket League. I don't even know if I'd put it in my top 50 anymore, low-key. I really hate it now. I'm gonna go ahead and put it here because, I mean, it really is that freaking good. Metroid Prime, I think it's gotta be here. There is 2 Pokemon games I'd put in my top 50. Platinum and... I'm throwing. Wait a minute. Oh, there are 3. There are 3. And ladies and gentlemen, we might have to change that top, maybe even 20 list. Hold on. We might have to do this. Okay, Poke Park is here. Okay, Poke Park 1 specifically. I love 2 as well, but one's just, you know, it's just a different breed. I cannot believe I have forgotten about this game, ladies and gentlemen. New Pokemon Snap. Whole crap. We gotta fit this in. We gotta fit this in somewhere. And I don't know where I would put it. I think it's right there. I think it's right there. There is my top 20 list. That is my top 20. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. All right. Things change, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Timelines change a little bit. That's what we got. That is what we got. I'm very happy. I cannot believe I have forgotten Pokemon Snap. What a sin on my part. What a sin on my part. Wow. Unbelievable. All right, let me think of some other games here. Let's try and think. This is kind of hard on my part. I'm not even gonna lie. I may have messed up again, dude. This game might have to be, no. Okay. I don't think this is top 25. But it's got to be in the top 50. It's got to be top 30. It's got to be top 30. And that's Dying Light 2. I freaking love Dying Light 2, dude. It's great. And honestly, while we're on the topic of zombies, Black Ops 2. Woo, baby. Black Ops 2, just another unbelievably good game. All right, and on the topic of more zombies, gotta find it. Boom. Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 2. Oh, yeah. Another just phenomenal game. Man, dude, so good. So good. Let's think of some more games here. Let's think of some more. I would put low-key. Now, which one? Ooh, okay, I'm thinking Splinter Cell here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I'm thinking Splinter Cell. I think my favorites. See, I played them so long ago. Like, some of them kind of mesh in with each other. Like, I don't exactly remember which one was which. But I'm gonna say Black. I just freaking got rid of freaking. Gosh darn it. What was that? Plants vs. Zombies. Yeah, Splinter Cell Blacklist. I think it's gotta be there. It's gotta freaking be there, dude. It's too good. It's too good. Ooh, is this game on here? I would put it in my top 50. I think it'd be in my top 50. Yeah. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. I think that's in my top 50 for sure. Faux show, bruh. Faux show. Let's see, another game. I think we cover. Oh, no, I got it. Yep. I was literally just talking about it earlier. I'd put it in my top 50. 100%. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I think, yeah, I think it's there. 100%. See, like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is an exception. Okay, but I typically don't like putting more than one of the same franchise in my top like list, right? Like if I did put Spider-Man 2. That would be an example, right? Like, if Spider-Man 2 was there, I would only put one of them. That's kind of just how I am. I know that's a really bad way of thinking, and I know, like, a lot of people shouldn't do that, and that's not how you should do it. If a game's a game. But the question is, a Plague Tale Requiem or a Plague Tale Innocence? Because I think they are the best 1-2 punch there is. If I had to go with one, though, I'm gonna go with. I think Requiem. Just. No. I think Innocence, dude. Innocence. Oh, Innocence is just another level of good. I love Innocence. You know what? Screw it. Who gives a crap, dude? We're putting both on there. They are the best 1-2 punch out there, in my opinion. They gotta go on there. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know what I'm thinking. I screw my stupid rule. Yeah, that rule should not exist. Who made that rule? Whoever said that rule should be implemented? Pfft, they're crazy, dude. They're some stupid people we have here who think that rule should be a thing. Absolutely unreal. And you know what? Of the same manner, although this is kind of more like Assassin's Creed here. Call of Duty World War II has one of my favorite single-player campaigns of all time. 100%. Let me look at some of my like other rankings and see like what I have, cause like I feel like I'm forgetting things. Yeah, I'm gonna add. We're gonna go ahead and add. That's right. Doom Eternal to that list. I think that's pretty solid overall. We're gonna add. Yep, I just remembered one. Come on, where you at? There we are. Ark Survival Evolved. Phenomenal game. Super fun game. Oh, but I should. I should, though. That's the thing. I think it is. Smash Bros. Ultimate. Who doesn't like Smash Bros, dude? Game is so good. The game is so good. I feel like I need a Mortal Kombat on here. But I don't. MKX. I'm gonna just go with MKX. I mean that is my favorite Mortal Kombat. So yeah, I'm gonna go with MKX. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I think I'm gonna put two superhero games here. Batman Arkham City. I talked about it earlier. And I also talked about this one earlier. I feel like things that I talked about earlier should obviously be up there. Oh, I do like the first one more. Ultimate Alliance. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay, we need 5 more, ladies and gentlemen. 5 more. I almost want to put another Pokemon game on there. I think I am. Pokemon Stadium. Oh, dude. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, dude. You gotta love it. Come on now. Love it. Oh my gosh, I just thought of a whole new world. Holy crap. Hold up. Yep, episode 3. Vader Immortal. There's the Star Wars game I was looking for. There it is. Vader Immortal, episode 3 specifically. Wait, which one is... Yeah, episode 3. That is it. Okay. What is that? What is that? Ooh, I'm gonna do that. I want to do that. Just the whole series. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's like a 3-episode thing. Yes, 100%. Vader Immortal has got to be on there. VR, man. I completely forgot about VR. Which then also... Oh, yeah. Hang on. Oh, that's not on here? Is it really not on here? Hold on. No, I may not have it on here. I want to put Blade and Sorcery on here. RIP. They do not have it. I'm going to go with an interesting one. Mario Kart Double Dash. My favorite Mario Kart. It's easily one of my favorites, man. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. I think that's my favorite like 3D Zelda. Right there, so. I'd probably go with that one. In my final game in my top 30. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the final one, I was able... They actually have it as its own separate thing, which is why I didn't put it earlier. It is my favorite... This is going to trigger so many people, I know. It's my favorite 3D Mario. Bowser's Fury. Look, Bowser and Bowser Jr. are like some of my favorite Mario characters, and it makes them look so awesome. Okay, so there you go. All right, so now we gotta try and order this bottom 25. So let's think here. Poke Park's gotta go up. For Honor should probably stay there. For Honor is gonna stay there. And Poke Park. Then Dying Light 2. I think that's right. Vader Mortal should be a lot higher. See, these are definitely more towards the bottom. Like, this one's definitely more towards the bottom. Might even be the bottom. Like, that's gonna go more towards bottom. Okay, let's just go with, do I like it more than that? Okay, yes. No. Dude, this is funny. I'm gonna keep that the way it is. I'm gonna keep that the way it is. No. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. 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 Ooh. Sorry. Capricha. Yo, William Washamoleka. I don't even know. That's a hard one, dude. Oh man. Yikes. Jeez. I'll just leave that the way it is. Oof. I might even raise that. I might even... No, I'm gonna leave that. No, I'm putting that back. You know, I'm just thinking. What games do I truly love more? Okay, that's staying. That's staying. I'm gonna leave that. Okay, and then I do like that more. Do I? Yeah. Okay. I think that can be the way it is. Yeah. These three are tough. I don't know. But I will say I like both of these more. And I like this game more than those. I might actually say I like these. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The list is shape it up now. Hold on. No, that's thing. I'd probably put. See, these two are tough right here. Okay, I'm leaving it like that. That's good. That can stay. I think that's it. I think that's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. There are my top 50 games of all time. We got there. It is a hard journey. Oh my lord. That was probably one of the hardest videos I've ever done in my life. Jesus. Alrighty. Well, there you go. Let me know in the comments some of your favorite games out of my list, and then just tell me, like, your top 10. Go ahead and give me your top 10. If you want to write down top 50, shoot. Go ahead. But, that's a lot of work. But anyway, there you have it. It'll be interesting to see how this top 50 evolves throughout the next year. I'm sure there'll be maybe one or two that get added to this list. That'd be great. But yeah, we'll have to see. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a like and leave a comment down below, Brad. And I can't speak. It's been too long. See you in the next one, guys. G.A.M.E.R out. Peace.